there, I'm Christina Johnson, Certified Transformational Nutrition Coach and owner of Christina Johnson Wellness. And today I wanted to answer a question that I get from people a lot, and that is, what are actually the good fats that I should be eating? I think there's just a lot of confusing information out there about what's actually healthy and what's not, and so I want to clear up some of that confusion today. So I'm going to share with you the 6 fats that I use pretty much every single week, and I'm going to give you a list of fats that I like to avoid as much as possible. So before I get started though, I just want to stress one thing, and that is how important it is to be eating good healthy fats. It is really essential to our health. I don't know if you know this, but every cell in our body has like a cell membrane or an outer wall, and part of the fat that we eat, the fatty acid, gets incorporated into that cell wall. So having good healthy fats that make up our cell walls is really important because that allows nutrients to come in and out of our cell. It allows one cell to communicate to another one. So really, fats are like foundational to our health because they're important at the cellular level. So we really want to be having good healthy fats making up our cells and not those unhealthy damaged fats. The other huge benefit to fats that a lot of my weight loss clients in particular appreciate is that when you eat healthy fats, it actually triggers a hormone that sends a signal to your brain that you are full and satisfied. So for example, I can eat a breakfast with, half an avocado, lots of good healthy fats. I'll eat my breakfast and 4 or 5 hours later, I start to think, it's probably time to start eating lunch. But I can just go for hours without even thinking about food, and that is primarily because of those good healthy fats. So really, if you're wanting to lose weight, if that's a goal of yours, eating fats will actually help keep you full and satisfied so that you don't have to rely on your willpower as much. So let's get started talking about what the fats are that are actually healthy. And before I start doing that, if you think this information would be helpful to other friends or family, would you please share it for me so that they can see this video as well? I would appreciate it. Okay, so we'll start with the old standby. I think we all pretty much know that olive oil is a healthy fat. And I think these are going to show up backwards, I'm sorry, on my phone. But olive oil, so this is something that I try to use at least once, but usually a few times a week. Now, the one caution I would say about olive oil is that you probably don't want to heat it up very high. So you could cook with it on low or medium heat, maybe 350 in your oven or lower. But if it gets heated up too high, it actually starts to damage the fat, and it acts more as like a trans fat, which are one of the unhealthy fats. So I like to use olive oil more to make my own salad dressings. That's probably the most common way I use it. Or if I'm making like some kind of like a cucumber salad or some kind of cold salad, I'll use olive oil and lemon juice as kind of a dressing or sauce for it. So that's one of my go-to fats is olive oil, and really, it would be great if you can get that in every single week. Okay, my next fat that I'm going to share with you is one that has been a little bit more controversial, and that is butter. Some of my clients, I was talking to a client last week, we were talking about eating more vegetables, and she's like, that she was worried, stressed that it was going to be kind of hard to eat more vegetables. And then I was telling her my favorite way to cook vegetables, which is to roast them in the oven with some pats of butter on it. And she's like, oh yeah, I forget that I can eat butter. Butter is a natural fat. As long as you're not sensitive to dairy, then butter has a lot of great vitamins and nutrients in it. And again, it will help you to feel more full and satisfied. So like I said, my favorite way to use butter is to roast vegetables with it. And I love the Kerrygold brand. It's made from grass-fed cows, so the nutrient level in it will be higher, and just less likely that it's going to have the hormones and antibiotics that are often in dairy products. So butter is a great one. Okay, the next one is one that might be a little bit uncommon to some of you, and that is ghee, Ghee. And ghee is essentially clarified butter. So I made it myself before, and all you do is you take butter and you melt it over low heat, and the milk fat solids drop to the bottom of the pan. And so then on the top, you just kind of have this oil that's left over, and that oil is the ghee. So it drops the milk fat out of there. So for people who are sensitive to dairy, sometimes they can tolerate ghee because that milk fat has been removed. So it has a good flavor. It's often used in Indian cooking, and I will use ghee pretty much interchangeably with butter. So if a recipe calls for butter, sometimes I use ghee and vice versa. I really like it on vegetables, and I'll bake with it sometimes too. Okay, to another pretty common one, and that's coconut oil. And don't you love my huge jug of Costco coconut oil here? So coconut oil too has kind of gotten like some mixed reviews lately, but there's a lot of research that shows that, again, for those of you who want to lose weight, coconut oil has been shown to help boost your metabolism. It really can help burn belly fat. Plus it has lots of great health properties as well because it can be an antibacterial, antifungal, which means it just helps support your immune system. So I honestly will try to get in coconut oil every week just for the overall health benefits. And again, this is a great one that will help you feel full so that you just stop thinking about food for a while. So one thing that I will say right now while I'm thinking about it is that I always prefer cold pressed. So cold pressed olive oil, coconut oil. If it's unrefined, that is better than refined. So just a couple notes when you're actually looking for some of these. As I go through, I'm curious too, how many of these different oils do you use? So just put that in the comments. Okay, the next one is MCT oil. This one's gaining a little bit more popularity lately with the bulletproof coffee and the keto diet. It's talked about more there, but MCT oil is actually made from coconut oil, so it's got a lot of the similar properties, but it's a particular strain of the fat. So MCT oil, it doesn't have as much flavor, I don't think, and so part of the problem with coconut oil is it is kind of coconutty, and so I really only like it with certain things like sweet potatoes. MCT oil doesn't have as much of a flavor to it, so I'll add it to salad dressings. This is another one that I love to put in my protein shakes in the morning to give me that extra fat. Or it's great in coffee. So if you've never tried bulletproof coffee, that can be something fun to try. It's made with MCT oil and butter. Okay, one more fat that I really enjoy, and that is avocado oil. Now, to be honest, I kind of forget about this one, and so I don't use it as often as some of the other ones. But this one, I would cook with maybe on medium heat or lower. I wouldn't use super high heat with avocado oil. And again, you want cold pressed avocado oil. This is another one I'll pour into protein shakes, or you can use in salad dressings, or you can drizzle over your food. I mean, that's a great way if you're trying to get in more fats, is once a meal is done, you can just drizzle a little bit extra olive oil or avocado oil on top of it. So those are our 6 fats. So I'm curious, which ones of those fats do you use on a regular basis? We had olive oil, butter, ghee, coconut oil, MCT oil, and avocado oil. So those are the 6 of the cooking fats and oils that I use regularly. There's lots of other types of fats, but I'm kind of focusing more on the cooking ones right now. So let me know which of those you use. Then I want to share with you some of the oils that I really try to avoid. Now remember, fats get incorporated into the walls of your cells, so it's really important not to let those damaged fats make up the foundation of your health. So any man-made fat, I would just stay away from. So that would be things like margarine, I can't believe it's not butter, even like Earth Balance, which, you know, sometimes has a healthier connotation, the butter sprays. You know, all of those I would just stay away from because they're more man-made and more processed. Then, you know, things like Crisco and vegetable shortening, those I would stay away from. And then all the vegetable oils, canola oil, safflower oil, sunflower seed oil. And there's a few different problems with a lot of these. Number one, they're just highly processed. Sometimes they have to use like really high heat or like chemical solvents in order to extract the oil. So all those man-made and those vegetable type of oils and the seed oils, you just want to stay away from. Now, I will tell you that if you're eating out or if you're buying processed foods, 90% chances are that you're getting those yucky fats, because those are the fats that are cheap for, you know, food manufacturers and restaurants to use, and they're fats that will stay, you know, good on the shelf even though they're kind of already damaged and rancid. So those are the ones to stay away from. And my philosophy is I go out to eat, I eat processed foods occasionally, and so I know I'm getting some of those, you know, bad fats in here and there. So my number one priority is making sure that everything that I buy and everything that I cook with comes from the good healthy fats, and that really cuts back on some of those unhealthy fats quite a bit. So I'm curious, do any of those unhealthy fats surprise you? Like, are you surprised that they are unhealthy, like the canola oil or margarine or Crisco or anything like that? I'd love to hear in the comments. You know, and the other thing that I just wanted to touch on is the fact that It's really confusing to know what's healthy and what's not healthy. I mean, nutrition information can be conflicting all the time. 1 minute coconut oil is healthy, 1 minute it's not. Or if you think about, it's always changing. As we learn more through science, then the recommendations can change. And so, I love looking into that stuff. That's part of my job, is sifting through all the information and really figuring out what's the truth and what's the best, most accurate information. But it can be overwhelming to try and do that on your own. So if you are someone who is really wanting to make some lifestyle changes to improve your health, to improve your eating habits, whether it's because you want to have more energy or you want to lose weight or just feel better, then if you're overwhelmed by all the conflicting information, then just know that that's where I can come in to help you, because my job is to sort through that information and help you figure out what is best for you personally. So if you want to learn more about what coaching could look like, then I would encourage you to apply for one of my complimentary discovery sessions. You can go to ChristinaJohnsonWellness.com/apply, and you just answer a few questions, kind of give me some basic information about yourself and your goals, and then I will get back to you within a day or so to set up a consultation. And that is just a chance for us to talk about what your goals are, what it is, what some of the challenges and obstacles are that you're facing, and then what you want your health and your weight and your life to look like. So it's a chance just to kind of help you get clear on the challenges and goals that you have, and then figure out if one of my health coaching programs might be able to help you get there and get there even faster than what you could do on your own. So I would love to talk with you about your health. So please feel free to sign up for a complimentary discovery session if that's of interest to you. ChristinaJohnsonWellness.com/apply, and I'll put that link above the comments as soon as I'm done as well, so that you can go check that out. If you have any other questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. And I hope you have a great day. And I guess I will say one last thing. Just make sure that you are starting to use this information and start incorporating some more healthy fats into your diet. So today, what is 1 or 2 healthy fats that you could add in there? All right, have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you again next week.